together in an environment we call an ecosystem.
For an ecosystem to be successful, in order for it to be healthy, it has to have different kinds of plants and animals, many different kinds, in something we call biodiversity.
It sounds kind of hard to comprehend, but if you listen, it sounds kind of nice. We're doing something to get rid of biodiversity. Would that be bad? We need different kinds of species to help biodiversity. What happens if we take a couple out?
As time goes on, species die off and become extinct. So, where do we fit in? We can pretty much be everywhere. We pretty much are living everywhere. We are taking more and more space, and to make room for us, we push out other species. But we have to be careful. We don't know which species are essential to our world.
If we take away too much biodiversity, bad things will happen.
For example, the gray wolf. These wolves used to be shot, trapped, and poisoned by people who feared that they would harm their livestock. Today, the gray wolf is endangered and thankfully protected by law, but this isn't enough. Without the gray wolf, many elk populations were getting too large. It was time to reintroduce the gray wolf.
The National Park Service made a deal with the local ranchers. The ranchers could only kill a wolf if it is seen hurting their livestock. A single wolf can be removed if it is a nuisance. And the state would cover any economical losses of the ranchers caused by the wolves. Over time, the released wolves started to make the population in that area steadily increase. It is still increasing to this day. Another area where humans are getting involved is in the Everglades in Florida.
Florida. Many people are attracted to Florida because of its beaches, but when developers tried to build in Florida, they found these large marshes that they couldn't build on. The solution: get rid of them.
They dug canals to move the water out and back into the ocean. This caused the Everglades to dry up. They also put a non-native tree called the melaleuca tree to soak up a lot of water.
Not many could see the effects this would have in the long run, but Mohori Stoneman Douglas did. He noticed that it is home to nearly 100 species of birds.
The newly approved 20-year plan for the Everglades ecosystem includes eliminating some of the drainage canals, restoring the Kissimmee River to its original state, cutting back stands of melaleuca trees, and purchasing more than 100,000 acres for park protection. It is the most ambitious ecosystem restoration project attempted in the United States.
But humans aren't helping in just these areas. If you haven't already guessed it, we're in Natick, Massachusetts at the Broadmoor Wildlife Sanctuary.
Just recently, the Mass Audubon finished their funding to protect 300 acres in Wareham. These 300 acres contain an unusual mix of habitat, including coastal beach, freshwater wetlands, vernal pools, and forest. Hundreds of plant and animal species, including the rare eastern box turtle, and several habitats in short supply in Massachusetts, including 13 acres of coastal forest, as tracked by the Natural Heritage and Endangered Species Program, are present in the future protected area. The quality of its wildlife habitat led the Commonwealth to designate the property as among the most important for preservation of the state's biodiversity.
If you want to help out your community, it's simple and easy.
Name 5 native plants and determine their seasons. Can they be used for landscaping homes or business? Name 5 resident birds and 5 migratory birds. Are there any special laws to protect them? Name two major agricultural crops. How do farmers or ranchers obtain water for crops and livestock? Trace the path of water that you use from when it falls as precipitation to when it flows from your faucet. Where does the water go after you used it, and how is it treated? Name three endangered species in your area. If any species have become extinct, what was the cause? Trace the path of garbage after it is collected. Does your sanitation department support recycling? Describe the primary geological processes that helped form the land where you live. If the land was shaped by water, wind, glaciers, or volcanoes, are any of these still contributing to geologic change? Find the names and addresses of two non-government conservation associations that are active in your region. Will they allow you to act as a volunteer?
Here's 5 things you can do to help promote biodiversity. 1. Recycle glass and paper from your household. 2. Leave nature in nature. Don't bring stuff home from forests, tide pools, or deserts. You can look at it and admire it, just don't take it out of its natural place. Take a picture instead. 3. Plant a tree. Better yet, plant 2 trees. 4. Hiking or biking, stay on the trail so you don't disturb local plants and animals. 5. Don't put oil, gas, solvents, or anything for that matter in storm drains. It wreaks havoc on the ecosystem and damages the environment. Here's way more things you can do.
Don't litter. Have your one-use cloth diapers on your younger brothers. Recycle homeless. Set up a bird feeder. Take a bus. Clean a beach. Clean farm. Wash your car on the lawn. Wash your boat with a scrub brush. Use common sense songs. Don't